right now is by far, and I think you'll agree, the most energetically potent and transformative period cycle we have ever lived through. Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things I think you should know about this incredibly strong, potent, and transformative new moon happening on February 23rd, 2020. Number 1, I wrote down blast from the past. Right now, there's a lot of people, including myself, experiencing a pretty much unprecedented level of emotional upheaval pertaining to unresolved emotions things we just never properly dealt with in the past are being triggered up to the surface by life circumstances. And the combination can be brutal, because life might feel like it's painting you into a corner. And some of us just are finding ourselves in these predicaments, these peculiar situations that seem like there's no way out. And yet these exact situations are perfectly fitting for helping you see these very deep core unresolved issues still contained within your being, still playing out and manifesting in unpleasant cycles in your life. And this new moon is like squeezing them up to the surface for the purpose of just literal transformation and final transcendent. Issues that have been with you since the beginning are coming up in maybe a stronger way than ever to be cleansed for good. But the experience of it, even if you heard that and it resonated, if you're going through what I just said, if you're kind of in the middle of it, it's still going to feel like, it can feel like you're so aware that all your problems are in fact, as they say, your own creation. You can see now that this situation, God, it's because of me. It's because I can't release these blocks. I have all these emotions, and it's like, but when this is happening, this purge, it can feel just so overwhelming. Like, man, I can see the writing on the wall. I can tell this is my doing, but I feel helpless. I feel like I don't have what it takes. I'm not enough to overcome this, and I'm just going to get smothered by this life circumstance and swallowed up by these unresolved issues, now more in my face than ever before. It can feel that way for a time until you just snap out of it. That's going to happen, by the way. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care how you're feeling. I don't care the ins and outs of your exact situation. I guarantee you within a few days you're going to snap right out of it and realize that there's something that this situation is trying to help you see. There's something, this situation in your life has probably maybe happened before in this exact lifetime, maybe many times. And there's just a little thing it hasn't clicked yet. But this is a strong enough experience to help it click. And my God, when it clicks for you, not only is the situation going to resolve itself, which hopefully there's a part of you that knows that, but it will, I promise. But the more important thing is you won't have to go through it again. This is like a final letting go of things that have been majorly suppressing everything you want in life. You're just, if nothing else, just your genuine day-to-day happiness and well-being and self-love. But of course that translates into the relationships you attract, the type of house you live in, your living situation, where you live on the planet, all the things that you get to experience in your day-to-day, in your life, your career, all of that really does manifest from you, the real you that is now going through a transformation and a cleanse. And again, I keep saying it, but it's absolutely unprecedented. My friend, what we're going through is intense. It's not easy, and it's not been easy for me. There have been many moments where I've thought like, what am I gonna do? Okay, but fortunately I've kind of pulled out of it in time to make this report and let you all know it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna just be fine, it's gonna be freaking amazing. You're gonna snap out of this, you're gonna see the lesson, and you're gonna move beyond it, and your life is going to almost instantly start getting a heck of a lot better, I promise you. Number 2, I wrote down the splitting prism. That's not my line. This is something from a guy named Bashar. He talks about this thing called the splitting prism, where we're living in a time right now in history where there's a lot of changes happening in the collective vibration and also in the individual, your and mine, our vibration. A lot of people are experiencing these energies in a very transformative and elevating type of way. And other people are not. Other people are just still unconscious and continuing to create their life from pure unconsciousness and kind of going through a bit of a downward spiral. Where there's going to be a time when these vibrational differences start to split off and experience, in a very real sense, different realities. Right now they're overlapping, but the distance is growing majorly. A lot of you probably feel like you're sort of straddling two worlds, that you can look out into like the collective and you're aware of all the drama, all the upheaval, but you're in your own little reality bubble, feeling a lot more just like separate from that, okay? And this might be compelling you to creating more distance. You might be even more aware, a lot of you have been aware, but you might be feeling more aware than usual, than you had before, of just how much like controlling negative programs really are present on the planet. And all of us, including me, I'm on social media, I got all this online stuff, I'm still in that world a little bit. And even me, I'm saying, you know what? I need to create some more distance because I can just see these programs are in me more deeply than I would like. So I'm in my own way sort of doing my best to separate myself from this 3D captivity in a sense and really living in my own space, in my own vibration, in my own world, okay? It's an opportunity to truly, as they say, like rise above it and sail above it. You can look down and say, okay, well there's all that going on. You can swoop in and do some help out your friends and family and do some good, but you can always like fly back up like a bird and say, you know what, I'm gonna chill up here. Most of the time. I'll go down there once in a while when I feel guided, but I'm gonna be chilling, okay? So if you're feeling, and this can also manifest in you feeling more psychic, more tapped in, and sort of other spiritual phenomena that can be sort of a side effect of this, but the point is your vibration is getting so high that it's finally allowing you to separate yourself enough to where you can be in the world but not of it. Number 3, new beginnings, but where? What? With whom? How? When? My notebook over here, it was funny, I was on vacation this last week and I brought my notebook and there was 1 page left, the notebook. You're saying, big deal, get to the point, so what? Well, to me, that was very symbolic because I felt like, and this would be a metaphor for you guys, I felt so bombarded with awareness of just how I've been living my life, my priorities, my goals, my values, the things in life I put my attention on. It's my real priorities. I'm realizing are not really, not all of them, a lot of them are not in real alignment with like who I am and who I want to be. And I'm saying this notebook is sort of coming to an end, and it's like, I know I want to do it a lot differently. I want a notebook with new content, new goals, new aspirations, new directions. And I can see this, how misguided I was for quite a bit of the time here. But at the same time, I don't know what to put in the new notebook. I have no idea. There's this sense I gotta find like a deeper purpose. Like there's something I'm not getting, some level of authenticity I'm being called to step into, but I don't know what it looks like. I don't know even where to begin. All I know is I don't exactly want more of the same. I want something new, but I don't know what that is. And that type of situation can be very stressful and make you feel very vulnerable. Like me, I'm 35 years old. And it reminds me of a long time ago. I saw this psychic Kevin, and I was like 30 at the time. This is the time I was in major transition with my career, my living situation, and I was going through this exact same type of energy. And I sat down with Kevin, and he said, Victor, he looked up, not even really saying hi, because he knew me. He said, Victor, you need to find out what you want to be when you grow up. That statement is something you say to like a little kid, a little 12, 15, 18-year-old kid. I was 30 at the time, I had a family, and he said that and it was like, oh, it stung. And it was so right. And a lot of you might be feeling the exact same way. I know who I don't want to be, but I don't know who I want to be. I don't even know if I can be this new person that I don't even know exactly what it is, okay? It can be very stressful. But my advice to you, and this will work for you, I promise you, if you can truly let go and like yield to the sting of vulnerability and really admit to yourself, I don't know what the hell's going on, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I want, I don't know anything, but I'm just gonna let go and be in this energy. That's when something new can emerge, something brand new, coming from your deepest, deeper than ever, the most deepest, authentic space can come up and say, what about this? And it's gonna resonate. And you're gonna say, yes. This energy is so ripe for life paradigm shifting breakthroughs on very massive fundamental levels of your life. But you gotta let go. You can't cling to the old and you can't force the new. You gotta let it emerge. Number 4, equally as profound as all the other things I've been saying, but I wrote down releasing what was never yours to begin with. One of my favorite teachers, don't see one of his books right now. He's like an enlightened guy named Oddo. He's got a bunch of books, real cool dude. And he talks about how when we're really young, impressionable children, our consciousness is so open. We're not doing as much filtering. We're more like, in a sense, naive and just open to all the darknesses in the world. And when we grow up around people who are processing stuff, which is the whole world, our parents, people around us who are older, when they go through their own stuff, near you when you were so young and open, oftentimes, just like the passing of a germ or a cold, we just take on their drama, their patterns, their habits, their mindset, their attitudes, their energy, their unresolved issues. We just take it on and walk around with it, and pretty soon it gets lodged in our identity to the point where we just think it's who we are. But it's not, okay? And this is a time when you start to wake up to like a lot of the ancestral baggage that you have taken on, that now is an opportunity to let go of it. How? Just becoming aware of it. For example, for me, I'm realizing that I am a very paranoid parent, a very paranoid person. And it just started to really come to me that, you know what? My father, both grandfathers, maybe their fathers as well, were all in wars. They fought in war, very brutal wars. And a lot of my family has experienced very intense tragedies. And my parents, they weren't doing as much work as a lot of us out here now. They're doing their best, but I absorbed a lot of that stuff, and it's and it feels so real, feels so logical sometimes when it comes up for me. But I'm realizing this is just not mine, and I can kind of see where it came from. It doesn't even matter. It just the awareness that these energy states that I just allowed to kind of perpetuate through my system, thinking it's mine, don't necessarily feel like mine. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this record. I think I'm done with the program. And it's just a matter of just not giving it any more attention. But anyway, a lot of you might be discovering that in your own way, having your own aha moments, saying, hey, you know what? Have you ever thought about the possibility that what you're feeling, this cycle in your life, is not actually yours? Just the awareness, create that space for release. And that is profound. A lot of us have literally been smothered by these energies that aren't even ours. And here's a time to get to let them go for good. Number 5, as I was sharing earlier in the reading, you're gonna get to a point where you snap out of it. And you wake up. And you realize your power and your greatness. And you stop seeking it out there in relationships, out there in the real world, and you start finding it within yourself. And as you do this, as you start living your life in this powerful, authentic way, firmly rooted in your knowingness of who you are as a badass soul, it doesn't reflect right away. And in the past, this lag time made you probably question yourself a lot. Okay? Now is the time to really commit fully to who you are and what you want when you discover it. I know we're going through a process of evaluation right now. When you really find something that resonates, it's important to go for it with all of your gusto. Because here's how it works. This analogy came to me the other day in the shower. I was in a different shower. I was on vacation, as I said, so I turned on the shower to warm. I normally take only cold showers, so I turned it to warm, and I was like waiting. I was being kind of wussy and lazy. I didn't like taking a cold shower. I turned it to warm, and it was just like cold. Like a minute or two went by, and I was thinking like, man, this not working. It's not working, and I was like testing it. Finally, it got warm after like 3 minutes, and that's a lot like life. I'm gonna commit to myself. Okay, Vic, I found something that resonates. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna be my authentic self, and all of a sudden, it's like nothing happens right away. And then a few minutes later, a few days, a few weeks, a few years later, nothing happens. But when you just commit to yourself for the sake of committing to yourself, because that's what feels right to you, regardless of what the world does, it will eventually catch up, okay? A lot of this reevaluation, all this just rediscovering who you are and who you want to be, it's going to lead you to a deeper awareness of who you are and who you've always been. Apart from the drama you've picked up from your parents and your friends and your family. Apart from the unresolved traumas and cycles you've been playing out. All that's like coming up to be released, and what's going to be left is a much clearer view, a much clearer vision of who you are, what you want. And when you find it, it's important to go with it no matter what happens. Okay? Because sometimes you test yourself. Say, how committed are you to yourself? We're not going to give you the result you think you need immediately right away, just to see your level of commitment. Now is the time to just commit, and I guarantee when that water finally clicks on to warm, it's going to be oh so glorious. Number 6, I predict a breakthrough for each and every one of you. At some point during this cycle, it can happen in a variety of ways. I predict you snap out of it. You wake up to the fact that you are enough. Think about that. How many of your life problems have stemmed from the lie that you swallowed that says, I'm not enough? I'm not enough. I'm not worthy of happiness. I'm not worthy of abundance. I'm not worthy of love. I deserve this. I deserve the pain. It's bullshit. It's a lie. And you're gonna snap out of it, okay? All this is so confusing and can be so chaotic, and I really can't emphasize just how challenging this exact energy can be and how trying it can be and how it can really push you to the very, very brink. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna wake up and say, you know what? Enough of this. You're going to come into that alignment with knowing your power, knowing your worth, and knowing that you can take it all on, okay? And it's like it's like Stella's getting her groove back, and that's you, and you're Stella. Your groove is coming back. You'll find yourself walking with a swagger, holding your head high, expecting abundance, expecting love to be reciprocated, expecting all the things your soul and heart desire.